This video shows how to replace the DC capacitors and heatsink cooling fan and internal cooling fan on an ODP2 and Eco IP55 frame size 6 metal bus bar as part of the planned maintenance schedule. Place the drive on a flat surface that will prevent damage to the plastics and allow easy access to internal parts. Ensure anti-static precautions are always taken. To remove the terminal cover, use a flathead screwdriver to loosen the 6 screws. Now use a security torque 30 screwdriver to loosen the 6 screws that hold the top access cover in place. Tilt the cover to one side to expose the ribbon cable and carefully pull it away. Disconnect the fan using a terminal screwdriver. Remove the 4 screws that hold the fan box in place using a Torx 25 screwdriver. The torque setting is 2.5 Newton meters. The fan can now be removed. Place the fan on a flat surface. To separate the fan from the fan guard and fan box, remove the 2 screws using a Torx 25 screwdriver. The torque setting is 2 Newton meters. Replace the fan using the new fan supplied in the preventive maintenance kit. You may need to thread the 2 holes in the new fan using an M5 tap. Remove the control board earth connector by pulling it away from the PCB. Remove the control board ribbon cable by pushing down the 2 tabs. Using a Torx 20 screwdriver, remove the 4 screws that hold the control board support. The torque setting is 1 Newton meter. Now remove the control board support. Remove the fan connector by pulling it away from the PCB. Using a Torx 20 screwdriver, remove the 2 screws. The torque setting is 1 Newton meter. You might need a pair of long-nosed pliers to hold the nuts on the back of the screws. When replacing the fan, use the parts supplied in the preventive maintenance kit. Remove the 3 output phase bolts and washers using a 17mm socket. The torque setting is 1 Newton meter. If your drive has a brake terminal fitted, you'll also need to remove this using a 13mm socket. The torque setting is 1 Newton meter. Disconnect the 3 bus bar mounting bolts using a 10mm socket. The torque setting is 6 Newton meters. Remove the 2 bus bar mounting screws using a Torx 20 screwdriver. The torque setting is 2.5 Newton meters. Lift the bus bar set away from the drive. Remove the earth cable using a Torx 25 screwdriver. The torque setting is 3 Newton meters. Remove the earth connector by pulling it away from the PCB. Using a terminal screwdriver, disconnect the heatsink cooling fan cable and the thermistor cable from the power board. Remove the 8 IGBT flying leads. Now remove the 3 thyristor flying leads. Remove the 11 screws holding the power board in place using a Torx 20 screwdriver. The torque setting is 2.5 Newton meters. And remove the power board. Remove the 12 screws holding the balancing resistors in place using a Torx 25 screwdriver. The torque setting is 2.5 Newton meters. Use a Torx 30 screwdriver to loosen the screw to remove the brake bus bar. Please keep the 25mm screw with the bus bar. The torque setting is 6 Newton meters. Remove the 5 screws using a Torx 30 screwdriver. The torque setting is 6 Newton meters. Remove the 3 bolts using a 13mm socket. The torque setting is 6 Newton meters. Remove the 2 bolts using a 13mm socket and remove the bus bar. The torque setting is 10 Newton meters. To remove the 6 DC capacitors, remove the 24 screws using a Torx 20 screwdriver. The torque setting is 1.5 Newton meters. Replace the DC capacitors using the parts supplied in the preventive maintenance kit. Rebuild the drive by reverse engineering the previous steps taken. Once any modifications have been completed to the drive, you must ensure the software is updated to the latest version.